Made in the USA. Is it just a clever marketing term, or is it truly a way that you can be profitable in today's economy? I'm Jamie Gorman, the host of Be Better Business TV, and I'm joined today by Patty Baisden, the Vice President and co-owner of QMT Wind Chimes. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning.
This morning we're going to be talk about manufacturing, inventory control, and creating products in the United States. Be Better Business TV is a live program, so if you have questions for me or for Patty, feel free to chat those in, and we'll answer those live on air. Okay, well, you know, as a manufacturer, you know, inventory control in the manufacturing and how you know, what you do with your parts and then also your finished product is a huge part of cash flow. Mm-hmm. What techniques have you found as you in the manufacturing business? What kind of things do you do to help manage your inventory and therefore manage your cash flow that you can share?
Yeah, the relationship with our vendors is critical.
Okay.
And all our vendors are within the United States. We source our products 100% from the United States.
Okay.
So to know the lead times, to know the quantities required, and to have a relationship. So, you know, if cash flow, if you do need to say, you know, I'm going to need net 60 on this large order as I'm ramping up for increased production, you have the relationship there that exists that you can ask, that you can have clear communication with.
Right.
Some of our items, Made in USA stickers and some tiny little beads that we use for different things, we order in huge quantities.
Okay.
Quantities large enough that we have, before on the phone said, I need 1 million, and the company, how many do you really need? No, we really, we really need 1 million. But we don't have to take all those at one time.
Right, so you put an order for 1 million, but you may take those over so many times, but they have that commitment.
Right, they have the commitment. Then, therefore, also that other U.S. manufacturer knows the expectation. They know the order. They can do the run based on the efficiencies of running 1 million.
Okay.
But yet, they can help us maintain our inventory.
Right.
By just delivering them as we need it.
Right.
Likewise, our customers within the United States are small businesses. We have a low minimum required for them to reorder for the store.
Okay.
So I tell customers all the time, let us help you manage your inventory.
Right.
Reorder as you sell. Don't stock up. I mean, it would be great if you did, but don't stock up at the expense of cash flow.
Right. Okay.
And so being able to have a name and a face to our vendors and a real person,
right.
You know, that is invaluable.
Right. Right. So the good partnerships with your vendors and then with your customers as well. And so your business model is a wholesale. You distribute through local retailers for the most part, right?
Local meaning United States.
Yes. Yes, local in their areas.
Yes.
Or I don't know. Are you in? Yeah, mom and pop. So you're not in the bigger chain stores.
No,
Okay,
no, we are not in the bigger chain stores. Okay. Our branding is very important to us.
Right.
And the perception and reality of a quality product is very important. The relationship that our stores that sell our wind chimes have with their customers is just as important. The relationship that we have with our suppliers.
Customers. Okay.
And so that continues that relationship building.
Well, I love that aspect of, you know, making distribution and manufacturing decisions based on a marketing and a branding aspect. Because I tell people a lot, when you look at branding, it's not just a matter of your logo.
Right.
It's really how you do business and what your customer type is and how you distribute and how you're perceived in the market and the product all lay into that branding, don't they?
Yes, they do. And I can go to a trade show and talk to a store, and honestly, if I hear something say, I will go back and talk to the person who made that wind chime, and you know, for good or for bad. But I know the names and faces and the continuous improvement that we can put into place by that feedback is not just a phrase that we use. The continuous improvement really is, we get to a trade show and we're putting together our own display racks. We're seeing what happens, and it's like, wow, I didn't know we were doing that.
Right.
You know, and so we change it.
Okay.
You know, so we can, again, by being in the United States and having that control of our product, we can change quickly if we need to.
Well, and that's when you talk to people about quality control, it is about that continuous improvement aspect of things. And so by getting that feedback reel and being able to take it directly back into the plant,
Yes.
seems like a great way to do that improvement on a continuous basis.
Yes, we have gone into the warehouse before and unwrapped every item of a certain item before to see what was, see if that was duplicated or not in an issue, so we can fix it before it gets to the customer, because the reputation of the company is very important.
Okay, great. Well, you alluded a little bit to it and mentioned it, but how does manufacturing locally affect that inventory control? So we talked about the inventory, big part of cash management. What's the advantage of manufacturing locally? How much does that really impact your cash flow and your inventory management?
It affects it, I think, a lot.
Okay.
Because we can see we can see what we're getting in, how much we're getting in, where our parts and pieces are, where the sales are, and we can adjust both our finished goods or our parts and pieces based on sales. So if sales change quickly, we can make more red chimes like I've got here today, or if we have a run on green chimes, we can change that, we can make that.
Right.
Not that we're going to make one of each a day. If we need it, we do have lots of inventory in the warehouse, but we can decide one day, we need to make a whole lot of this one size today.
Right. Okay. Well, we were talking before the show a little bit about your labor force, and I wanted to just talk a little bit. I wanted to go back and cover that a little bit, because it is an interesting. Can you share a little bit about what you were talking about the diversity that you have in your workforce, and also the aspect of how you're helping the employees adjust to the environment?
We have a very diverse workforce, from entry level up through management level professionals. With our manufacturing, much of it is low-tech manufacturing. It is a handmade product.
Right.
So we can take people that are new to the United States or new to the workforce and train them fairly easily to make a product and to be with us. We have people, very competent, able people that have worked for us for 15 years, that, I'm glad I don't have to do their job, because they do it very well and are very proud of what they do. But from someone looking from the outside may look, wow, that's, you do that. That'd be really boring. And it is a situation where they are in production, so certainly they're doing the same thing, but they enjoy doing it, and we are able to provide our employees with a health insurance plan, 401k, vacation, and just understanding that they work to live, not live to work.
Right, and that's actually a good point, one that I wanted to hear you say, because you talked about the benefits is not for your 15-year, it's entry-level positions, and after 90 days you're providing health insurance, and after a year you're providing retirement.
Yes.
So doing that in a local manufacturing, which I don't think people realize that there's companies like yours that do that here in the United States.
Well, and because ours is a small company that is low-tech, our benefits are not as good as other high-tech manufacturing companies. So manufacturing is a fantastic career and is only getting better in the United States. And that is the Virginia Manufacturing Association has a great campaign out, Dream It, Do It.
Okay.
And really neat videos, and that are really pushing to say manufacturing is not working in a steel mill 60 hours a week.
Right.
It is a good, honest job.
Good.
That and we need work-ready people to take those jobs in the United States.
Great. So good. So in managing inventory, some tips. Good partnerships with your vendors, good relationships with your customers, and a workforce that really can adjust and improve on a continuous basis.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, and to be able to, if there is a problem or an issue or a challenge that comes up. We are real people in real places that can be, we can be contacted, we can be seen.
Right.
It's not this nameless face of a company of this, CEO that is in the news making $1 million,
Right.
or 10 million a year, and not caring about the product.
Right.
You know,
Well, and that's, it sounds like it's very, by doing the local manufacturing, it's a good link between your entire supply chain that any blip in it you can really take care of quickly.
yes.
You don't have to get a bunch of people involved, a
Yes.
bunch of different locations
Right.
across the world
Right.
involved. You can kind of go back and
Right,
fix that.
and our pipe is made in St. Augustine, Florida, and so if there's an issue, it's in the end of the world to go down to St. Augustine,
Especially in
Florida.
January, February time frame, maybe last week would have been, or this week during the snowstorm would have been a good
Right.
time to go down and
Yes.
visit those partners.
Yes.
Great. That's great. Well, I thank you, Patty, for joining us today. But would you care to take a minute and share a little bit more about QMT Wind Chimes?
QMT Wind Chimes is the premier, I'll say, manufacturing company in the United States that makes wind chimes. Our signature line is the Corinthian Bells wind chimes. Those are the ones that people usually ask for. We have other lines to suit other tastes and price points. We also do, I have to throw in, we do have a pink wind chime
Okay.
that is for the girls'
I
wind
saw that on-
chimes.
yes.
Yes. We do not make a profit on that. That's my pet project.
Okay.
My mother is a 10-year breast cancer survivor, and I came up with the name and the idea for the girls' wind chime to give back to the breast cancer cause. And so that is our newest endeavor.
Well, and I like that aspect of, once again, a local business giving back to the community.
Yes, that is very important.
Great. Well, thank you. That's a great idea and a great business, and I thank you for being on the show. I'm Jamie Gorman, the CEO of Sigma Business Management. Thank you for joining us here on Be Better at Business TV. Being better at business helps you make better decisions, which leads to better results. In Sigma Business Management, we help you be better at business so you can get those results.